Good day. Ira Epstein of Linn and Associates with your SPDR ETF wrap-up for this Thursday, and we are now on the 28th of January, 2021. So a day full of lawsuits being filed. Now, the little guy is suing because he thinks the hedge funds are taking advantage of him on these stocks that were low value and have exploded up, such as the GameStop, the AMC, Cost Express. They're even targeting now American Airlines. And because brokerage firms have turned off their access to enter orders to put on new trades. I don't think the brokerage firms have stopped the liquidation. I think they've stopped where you can put on new orders and buy these. They're saying it's to their disadvantage. Basically what they have figured out is that when the short open interest is larger than the float on the stock, in theory, you can take the market to any value if you stand there for a squeeze. Don't know why they just noticed that, but they did, and that's what Reddit is doing. In other words, in the social media phase, they're not doing it, but that's the promotions that are coming out, not from Reddit, but from people on it, and that's going to be a lawsuit. You watch what happens. What I can tell you is capital infusions in many brokerage firms are taking place. Robinhood on the news today said that it had to draw down on its credit lines for hundreds of millions. Melvin Securities had a large position, relatively speaking, in GameStop, and I know they got an infusion of $3.5 billion, I'm hearing from Citadel. So you got to keep the markets going, but I understand the brokerage firms' problems. They don't want to be caught in a market that can go anywhere. And they'll say, well, they're protecting themselves. Let that all fight out in the courts. We'll see if the regulators, in fact, do get involved. But this thing's getting ugly, and the volatility is over the top. So if you want that kind of volatility, fine. Let me tell you what I often do when I see that. You got it. I walk off camera. Why do I have to be involved in that? And it does impact other markets because the tendency of people is to sell what's good to hold on to what's bad. Don't ask me why, and I'm not saying that those stocks are good or bad. I'm just telling you what I've learned in my 50 plus years of ownership of a futures firm, and I've owned stock firm. So that just gives you an idea of it. When we look at PAVE on a normal world, I'm looking for the market to come up and fill the gap up here. You've already filled that gap is one way to look at it. So by filling the other, you've got it filled and that's it. But what's the trend here? Well, the trend in this market remains to the downside. The swing line still has a pattern of lower highs, lower lows. The market is trading underneath the 18-day moving average of closes, and you can see other moving averages are far away. So what's causing the market to stop there and give us a bounce? Well, it's the lower Bollinger Band. You take a look. In unison, what do I tell you the first time you hit a Bollinger Band, on the upside or downside? I say that the pros are going to take a big chunk of their money off the table and jam a stop down to protect themselves in a bear trend, and the opposite in an uptrend. You're always hoping in a narrow band you can get a breakout, always hoping, but it doesn't often take place. In this case, it's not a narrow band. I think the smart money ran for the hills. That's just my opinion, but what I see. Why? Because even momentum's oversold. So you have a downtrend in an oversold market, uncertainty what's going on, but we already have heard that the Biden administration is thinking of using the reconciliation parts of their acts in order to jam, be it infrastructure and other programs, through Congress. We will see what happens. If they do that, it's certainly the idea we're going to unify and talk together. Throw that away. I don't believe it for a second anyways, but that's just me. I think it sounds great when you're running to be president. It sounds great when you take the office, but presidency's one branch. Congress is its own branch, and they go their own way, and you would think the president controls his party. Nonsense. You saw that with Republicans, now you're seeing it with Democrats. Different splinters always take place. When you look at SMH, you know, the interesting part is we're seeing a shortage of these semiconductors that are used in phones and other things, the chips that they're all doing. Yet the market's in a corrective mode, okay, but it doesn't seem to want to go down much at this point. Certainly you're bearish going home. You have lower highs, lower lows, the bias is down and momentum is not oversold. Does that mean the market can't find support? Not at all. Then I look at XLI. The trend is down. Lower highs, lower lows, oversold, falls in down here to the lower Bollinger Band. We'll see if the market on a bounce finds the resistance at the 18-day average. It too is in an oversold position. We then get over to XLE, the energy sector. Now I'm back to what I call normal in looking at energies. For a while there, I had told my futures traders there's too much divergence in these markets between the chart action, the fundamentals, and what I'm seeing to do anything. And I stopped about 10 days ago not wanting to do anything, and I'm back in the seat now. Too oversold to want to go short, but the trend is certainly to the downside. As we take a look here at QQQ, any close under 317.35, actually 317.93, I take that back. And if you get under 317.36, so you have to hit 317.35, would give me the pattern of lower highs, lower lows, a close under, putting into possible position here, another break in this market to 305.41. We're at a real interesting time. There's nothing bullish on the chart. The market lost its embedded reading. It made it to the 18-day average and it stopped. I'm giving you a what-if scenario. In the emerging markets, we went down, hit the lower band, and the market should have resistance up here at 74.81. We'll wait and see what happens. That's where I think professional chartists are going to sell this market. As popular as people want to be, the emerging markets, that's what I'm expecting, with stops at 75.28, looking for a retest of this low. If the market, in the gold market, not if, but the gold market, fighting a battle at the 200-day average. You see it, you've been watching it, you're oversold, the market's got a downtrend, but the oversold is probably keeping new money from pushing on the short side. And if gold's no good, how good can the miners be? Now, the question is, are they developing an embedded reading? Both the slow stochastics today finished under 20. Yesterday they were under 20 and the day before. So you're now embedded. If you lose the embedded reading, I'll look for a challenge of 36.02. Until it's lost, these type of rallies get sold by the pros, and they'll hold on till that is lost, in my opinion, looking for the lower Bollinger Band. TLT, well, that rally ended very quickly. Look at how fast. Gee, when was the Fed meeting? Yeah, I'm being facetious, of course. Up there, it's over. Market getting back to neutral right away. Lastly, FXE, oversold, downtrend. I don't think you're attracting new shorts in the market because of that. I want to remind you that if you go to our website at www.iraepstein.com, all the information you need about my morning subscriber video to the Spider ETF video is there. I cover 41 charts for you. The daily information. I start recording at 8:40 in the morning. It's typically published before 9:20 or so, typically in the morning AM. It coincides with the trade of the day. I'm going to tell you what I see to buy, what I see to sell. You're going to get the morning news, where I think things are headed. You can keep up with it daily, and on the weekends, you're invited to then watch the weekend video where I do only weekly charts, and I bring into the longer term trades. That's going to be a real interesting one this weekend. So how do you get all this? Well, just go to our website under the word research. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great day.